Hey everybody, this is Michael with the LangShack here. I just wanted to start doing some more Papiamento stuff. The last place we were at was, we hit this area with a whole lot of vocabulary words here. There's probably I would probably say maybe 40 or 50 new words. A lot of them are adjectives, as you see. Different, hard, soft, easy, favorite, happy, boring, cold, strong, great. There's a lot of words. There's also a good amount of verbs as well, and several nouns. Today, I wanted to try to take an audio vocabulary building approach on this and try to knock these out by making sentences. I was trying to make my own sentences the other day, but I just haven't had much time. So I've got a few. I've compiled the list of nouns that we have available to us as of this lesson before. So we'll be able to make sentences with those. And as we get further on in the lesson, we'll add more nouns to our list so that we have more things to make sentences with. I'm in the same boat as you. So if you've been following this course from the start, then my vocabulary is as large as yours is. So let's get started. So the goal here is to get all of these sentences in use, merge them into our current existing vocabulary, and memorize them. Well, not memorize them, but memorize them via practice. So here we go. So we have this list here of words that I've already compiled here. So, epushi alto ta afabel. So the tall cat is friendly. The tall cat is friendly. Epushi alto ta afabel. How would you say the big house is cheap? So cheap is barata, and casa is a house, and then grande is big. So if you know that casa is the house, how would you say that the big house is cheap? That would be a casa grande ta barata. A casa grande ta barata. How would you say that you have a cheap house? So you know what you have is, what cheap is barata. So botin un cas barata. All right, and how would you combine that by saying you have a cheap house and a friendly dog? So if you have a dog, right? Dog is cachorro. Then you know that, and you know that friendly is afabel. Then you know that a friendly dog is un cachorro afabel. So how would you say you have a cheap house and a friendly dog? Botin un cas barata. Botin un cas barata y un cachorro afabel. Botin un cas barata y un cachorro afabel. How would you say that the house is not expensive? So expensive is caro, which is the opposite of barata, which is cheap. So how would you say that the house is not expensive? If you remember that no is how you negate it. So ecas no ta caro. Ecas, yeah. So right here where the cursor is, ecas no ta caro. So ecas no ta caro, the house is not expensive. So some of these words which I have a paper on it, I haven't reviewed it yet, talks about the stress. I guess it's like stress or these accents, because sometimes the words in Papiamento have a accent grave or an accent aigu. So sometimes they have an accent that faces one side, one direction, and then some words have an accent on the vowels that face a different direction. So, for example, if you look at the sentence down here, it says "Epera bom ta bon." So, "bom" means bottom, and "bon" means good. So, this means that the bottom pair is good. The bottom referring to the position where the pair is on whatever surface that it's on. So, if "Epera bom ta bon" means that, and "bom" has a backwards, I guess what I like to call a backwards accent, because we're not used to seeing this. It's kind of like the Italian "e," if you're familiar with Italian, the third person conjugation of the verb essere. It has this verb, this one. It has "Epera bom ta bon." So, I don't know what this backwards accent actually indicates, or if it's "bom" or "bomb" or "boom," with a more stress put behind it or not. But I'm going to read this paper today, as a matter of fact, and I will make a video explaining what that means later on today. Alright, so let's get back to the sentences here. So bashi, what is bashi? Bashi is empty, according to this list. So how will we say that corre. So corre is to drive. Right here, corre is to drive. So nos corre na casa bashi. So corre means to drive, and you know that to make that past, you say "a" in front of the verb. So nos corre na casa bashi. We drove to an empty house. We drove to an empty house. We drove to the empty house. Or we drove to empty houses, because there's no "un" in front of it, so it technically would mean we drove to empty houses. Nos corre na casa bashi. Nos corre na casa bashi. I put for now because I wrote this on a computer that doesn't have special keyboards that the iPad offers, or that iPhones have. This would actually be written like this, bashi, just like this word would be written. This word would be written like this. How would you say biel? So what's biel? Biel is old. Right after bashi. So biel is old. So how would you say that the old man? How would you say an old man? An old man is biel. So un hombre biel. Okay. How would you say an old man, an old and low man, like short, I'm using it to refer to a stature. A low man. So un hombre biel y bajo. So bajo is low. So how would you say an old and short man? Un hombre biel y bajo. How would you say an old and short man? An old short man cooked. So cook is kushna, and if you said cooked in the past, that would be, you would know kushna. So how would you say an old and short man cooked? Un hombre biel y bajo a kushna, and you want to say in a small house. Na cas chiquito. Chiquito means small. So a small house would be un cas chiquito. So in a small house is na cas chiquito. So how would you say an old short man cooked in a small house? That would be un hombre viejo y bajo acushna nakas chiquito. Nakas chiquito. All right. E mujer feliz ta hari. So what's hari? Hari is to laugh. Okay. Hari means to laugh. So how would you say the happy woman is laughing, or the happy woman laughs? So the happy woman is laughing. Feliz means happy, and e mujer. Oh man, I misspelled this because I was thinking about Spanish here. E mujer feliz. So e mujer feliz ta hari. So if you say the happy woman is laughing, e mujer feliz ta hari. Hari is to laugh. Ta hari, laughing. How would you say in the bottom referring to a bottom, like for example, the bottom house would be un cas bom with an M, not an N, versus a good house, un cas bom. But the bottom house, un cas bom. So the bottom pair would be e pera bom. So how would you say the bottom pair is good? E pera bom ta bom. E pera bom ta bom. E pera bom ta bom. E barranca. What is barranca? So barranca is rock. Okay, so rock. So how would you say a hard, like an object that is not soft, dushi, which I believe is dushi. So hard is duru. So if you say the rock is hard, how would you say that? E barranca ta duru. So e barranca ta duru. The rock is hard. Beautiful is bonita. So if it's a beautiful rock, how might you say that? E barranca ta bonita. E barranca ta bonita. So if you have a rock, the rock, how would you say the rock is hard and beautiful? E barranca ta duru y bonita. Again, e barranca ta duru y bonita. So the word for weak is debil. Debil. Yeah, debil. So if you said that the rock is not weak, no ta, it is not, you would say e barranca no ta. So e barranca no ta debil. The rock is not weak. How would you say that if you said something is soft is douchey? So how would you say that the douchey, because the rock is not soft? So how would you say that the rock is not soft? That would be e barranca no ta douchey. All right, now how would you say that the rock is not soft and weak? E barranca no ta douchey y debil. E barranca no ta douchey y debil. All right. Tas is a bag, I believe. Toss. I thought I saw the word here. There we go. Toss a bag. Okay. So we're moving down the list here. So far we've got afável, alto, bajo, barata, baixi, biel, bom, bonita, bom, chiquito, débil. We haven't used delega yet, or difícil, and we haven't used diki, but we have used duro, dushi, feliz, and that is all we have had so far. So this is going to take a little while because we've got to make a whole lot of sentences in order to use all of these different words in context, so that you can get an idea, so you can practice using them. This will be the first. This is the end of the first one.